Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with All Things Barbecue, and today I'm going to be making some smoke roasted chicken pieces with a bourbon barbecue sauce and a grilled apple slaw. Now before we jump into our chicken, I want to prepare the slaw so that it has some time to sit and really soak up the flavors of the dressing. I'm going to start with this head of green cabbage, and I'll take it down into quarters before we go to the grill to get some char on these cut surfaces of the cabbage. And I'm going to do the same thing with the apples. We're using Granny Smith apples. You can use any apple you like, but I like the nice tart flavor of the Granny Smith. Just a light coating that's going to help this not stick to the grill, and it's going to help our seasoning stick to the cabbage. So this is a barbecue recipe. We're going for a barbecue flavor profile. So we're gonna hit this with a little bit of barbecue rub today. Just use your favorite general purpose barbecue rub. We're gonna do some House of Q house rub. And I won't go too heavy, just a light coating. So we got these seasoned up, and now we're gonna get them on the grill. All right, so we're cooking today on the Yoder Smokers YS640 pellet grill. It's running at 500 degrees. And you can see we're running this open today, no diffuser plate, so we can get some direct flame onto the veggies, onto the apples. And what we're looking to do here is just get a little bit of char, add a little bit of flavor to it. We're not trying to cook these right now. We want them to stay crispy for our slaw, but we also want to add a little bit of that charred flavor. It is important at this point in the process, don't go too far. Stay close to the grill. Make sure that you don't close the lid because you don't want to get this stuff all soggy. You want it to be cooking from the bottom, not from the top, not from all the way around, because we're just looking to get a little bit of color like we mentioned before. All right, so good color on both sides there. These are ready to come off. Still plenty firm. To make sure that these don't cook any further though, I am gonna go throw them in the fridge just to stop that cooking process. So at this point, I wanna turn this pit down to 350 degrees, and then we're gonna head over and make the rest of our slaw. We're gonna throw together a really simple slaw dressing. Equal parts here, sour cream and mayo. So obviously doing a nice creamy slaw today. We're gonna add some of our favorite mustard sauce. This is the smoky mustard sauce from Stockyard. But you guys use your favorite mustard sauce, or you could just throw a little Dijon, some apple cider vinegar in there if you want. I really like the sweetness and the smokiness from this sauce. And then the only other two things we're gonna add, a little bit of celery seed and a little bit of salt. It's really nice, very simple, delicious. In addition to the cabbage and the apple, I'm gonna add some carrots to our slaw. And I chose these purple carrots just because, man, I thought they looked really cool in there. And then we're gonna cut these into nice thin strips, kind of julienne them, just to match that same texture that we're gonna go with when we shred up our apples and our cabbage. So we ended up with about a cup of those carrots, sliced really thin, julienne, and then we're gonna add to that the green cabbage and the green apples and toss with the dressing, and it'll all come together. So there's our beautiful purple carrots. And with each quarter of the cabbage, we wanna take out the core, and then we can slice this nice and thin. So the inside's got lots of texture to it, and the outside's got that nice char. And we want to do the same thing with the apples, getting rid of that core so there's no seeds in there. And then we can slice this up as well. So there's our last handful of cabbage. Cabbage, apples, purple, carrots. It's looking good. Now we can get this thing dressed. Get your hands in there and really get that distributed well. Using your God-given tongs. Don't be gross, wash your hands. Use gloves. That looks like a pretty good coating. We probably used about 2/3 of that dressing. I like it. I might hit it with a little bit of salt and just a little bit of black pepper. But otherwise, that's gonna be really good as it all comes together. We're gonna let it sit in the fridge so it can really meld those flavors. So let's move on to the chicken now. I've got a whole chicken that I broke down into pieces. So I've got a couple of bone-in breasts as well as the leg and thigh quarters. But if you guys just want to buy individual pieces, you can do that. If you want to break down a whole bird, we have a tips and techniques video. We'll throw a link in the description below. But for now, we're going to get to seasoning the chicken. So with the legs and thighs, I'm just going to pull this skin back, trim off any excess fat that's on there, and then we'll have access to the meat to season underneath the skin as well as on top. I'm really excited about this rub we're using today. This is a rub from Cattleman's Grill, and I've been working with Cattleman's to develop this poultry rub for a little while now. So it cooks like a dream on chicken, on turkey, and it works in savory applications, but also goes really well with the sweetness of barbecue, which is what we're going for today. So we're gonna hit both sides of the thighs underneath the skin. Unfortunately, with the breast, we don't have that same luxury. If we take this skin off now, it's never gonna go back into place, unless you've got some meat glue. Now with the thighs and the legs, we can actually put that skin back into place. Get a little bit on the surface of the skin as well. I can smell this rub already. It smells so great. Garlic flavors and getting a lot of that. It smells really herbaceous, definitely picking up on the oregano as well. We're gonna put these skin side up for now, and we will finish with a little bit of crisp on the skin later on, but we're gonna do that on the grill grates down below. For now, just let it soak up some of the smoke on the second rack, and we'll come back and check on them here in about 20 minutes. While that chicken's cooking away back there, I'm gonna throw together a barbecue sauce. We've got a handful of ingredients. It's a ketchup-based barbecue sauce. We're gonna mix this up and warm it up on the grill. All right, so we're gonna start off with some ketchup. We'll add to that some brown sugar. Then we've got some apple cider vinegar. Regular old yellow mustard. A little bit of bourbon. Some smoked paprika, black pepper, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of cayenne for heat. Now, if you want to get the exact amounts on these, you can just check out the link in the description below. All right, so gently gonna whisk all this together. And then we're gonna move this over to the grill just to heat everything up, make sure it's all dissolved and awaken all of those flavors. And while we're in here, we can take a look at our chicken. Getting a little bit of color on the outside. 118 on the breast, so we got a little ways to go. And about 135 on the leg there. So here's the game plan for the rest of the cook. We're gonna get that sauce warmed up, move it off to the side, and then we're gonna take the chicken as it approaches about 150 degrees, move it down to the bottom, skin side down to crisp it up. Once the skin gets nice and crispy, we can move it off to indirect heat, brush it with some barbecue sauce, and it'll finish within minutes. All right, we got some bubbling going on. It's warming up. I think we can move this off to the side at this point. So with the legs, usually shooting for a finishing temperature, 165, 170. So we're about 15 degrees from finished. I think this is the right time to move these down and get some color on the skin. So let's close this up and come back in about 5 minutes to check on them. Nice color on there. And some really good color on there as well. We could give these another minute or so, I think, but pretty soon we'll be moving these back off of the direct heat so that we can glaze them. All right, beautiful color on these. We're gonna move them back to indirect heat. And up here we can do our glazing. The breasts could use a little more color, so we'll keep them over the direct heat for now. So when we put this sauce on while the chicken is nice and hot and still here in the grill, what happens is it kind of tacks up and changes the texture a little bit, but it really attaches itself to the meat. And it only takes about a minute for that sauce to tack up. All right, so we got our bed of coleslaw. We'll lay these chicken parts out family style. Ranchero. I think I found my new favorite chicken rub. This stuff's delicious. The rub itself is peppery and savory, but the sauce is sweet with just a little bit of a kick to it. And it's all complemented really well by the creaminess of the coleslaw, although the bite and the crunch that's still on those grilled vegetables is fantastic. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to thesauce.atbbq.com. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.